Hi, this is Burhane Selassie, also known as the Orthodox Catholic. This is another video against the Sedevacantists and the Diamond Brothers, whoever is watching who holds the position that there are no valid popes today. Uh, Essentially, Sedevacantism, whether Diamond Brothers or whoever, many of them hold pretty much the position that there will never again be a pope. Some of them naively think that there will be a pope, but no, this is not the case because the fact is there are no cardinals from back in the 50s, 60s, or I should say early 60s, before the quote great apostasy occurred. The fact is they're all dead. But anyway, only a cardinal is allowed to elect a pope. Now, since only cardinals are appointed by popes, that cardinals are appointed by popes and no one else, then obviously you can't have another person being made a cardinal, even by a bishop or a council or anyone else. So even if you even have like a billion bishops that are Sedevacantists that all agree with your position, they cannot elect a pope since none of them are cardinals. Because of course some of them try to say, well, there's a Eastern European bishop, he rejects Vatican II, he's Orthodox and blah blah blah. If he's not a cardinal, you can't elect a pope. This is what the laws concerning the election of the pope says. Now this is Pope Pius XII Constitutio Vacantis Apostolicae Sedis, issued December 8th, 1945. He, on the issue of electing a pope, he says this in the section of whoops on the election of Roman pontiffs. He states this in the 33rd paragraph: if when there's an opening of the Roman pontiff, that word can mean like, I don't know, withdrawn or left or abandoned or whatever. Even if it occurs during the celebration of a general council, that it's an ecumenical council, so like a gathering of bishops, or if a council in Rome or a council anywhere else on the world, the election of the new pontiff will be from the College of Cardinals, and then it goes on to say this is always and exclusively the case. It says that this is exclusively the right. This is a must. That's only from the College of Cardinals. It says not even the council can do this. So no bishop that is not a cardinal can elect a pope. Now, cardinal priests can elect a pope, cardinal bishops can elect a pope, I think even cardinal deacons and theoretically lay cardinals. You can't have, but some Sedevacantists do have completely non-cardinal elections involving just bishops or just priests or just deacons or just laymen, especially laymen. Uh, it specifically states College of Cardinals. There is no other case where non-cardinals elect a pope. Now, this wasn't something that just Pope Pius XII said. I know some Sedevacantists say Pope Pius XII himself was a heretic. Some go even earlier back than that and say, I think Leo was a heretic too. Uh, but here's what Pope Pius X said concerning this issue, and this is found in his Constitutio, I should say, Vacantes Apostolicae Sede, issued Christmas 1904. Now this is what he says using the same exact language. If when there's an opening of the Pope, of the Roman Pontiff, even if it occurs during the celebration of a general council or a council in Rome, or anywhere else on the world, the election of the new pontiff will be from the College of Cardinals. It says, sempre and exclusive, always and exclusively. This is a must. Just the College of Cardinals can do this. It says not even the council. So it doesn't matter if you have a billion Sedevacantist bishops or a billion bishops. Non-cardinal bishops have no say in the election of a pope. There's no exception. So essentially, if you're a Sedevacantist, there is no chance of there ever being another pope. And the pope, the papacy, according to Vatican I, It's the rock upon which the church was built. It has perpetual successors, so you obviously don't really agree with that council at all. But anyway, here's Vatican I. The Diamond Brothers try to twist it and say, well, it's only the office of the Pope that is forever. It's only the office of the Pope that has primacy over the whole world forever. It's not actual pontiffs, which is useless. What good is having an office if there's no actual occupant of the office? And apparently they think perpetual just means 90 years after Vatican I was stated that perpetual successors. But let's go over the canons again, just like I did in my other video. Therefore, if anyone says it is not by the institution of Christ the Lord himself, that is to say by divine law, that the blessed Peter should have perpetual successors in the primacy over the whole church, or that the Roman pontiff is not the successor of blessed Peter in this primacy, let him be anathema. Now, if it just wanted to say the popes are successors of Peter in the primacy, it would have just left it with this section. Or that the Roman pontiff is not the successor of the blessed Peter in this primacy. It would have just left it like that. But no, it also had another one. It says that blessed Peter should have perpetual successors in this primacy over the whole church. So both are stated. The Diamond Brothers wanted to just leave it like this, pretend that this is the whole case, or that this is somehow just a restatement of this, which is nonsense. Both are true. There will be a perpetual successor in the primacy over the whole church, and that the Roman pontiff is the successor of this primacy. Now here's the council saying that the foundation of the church. Look, the papacy is the foundation of the church. The gift of the truth, never failing faith, was therefore conferred, divinely conferred on Peter and his successors in this see, so that they may discharge their exalted office for the salvation of all, so that the whole flock of Christ might be kept away from the poisonous food of error. I think this includes Sedevacantism. Actually, it does. And be nourished with the sustenance of heavenly doctrine. Thus, the tendency to schism is removed, and the whole church is preserved in unity. Now, obviously, there's schisms among Sedevacantists, and there's many different heresies among it. It says they have no bishops, they have no pope, they have no one to decide these matters. And then it says, well, even the ones that have bishops, they still have schisms. And anyway, it says, and resting on its foundation, the foundation is the papacy. The church rests on the foundation of the papacy. It says, can stand firmly against the gates of hell. Well, obviously, if there is no pope, then there is no foundation. And if there is no foundation, the church cannot stand firmly against the gates of hell. Now, this is logically the case with Sedevacantism. There is no firm standing against the gates of hell. So, Sedevacantist position, gates of hell 1, church 0. Catholic Church must be a failed experiment if the Sedevacantist position is true. They essentially turn it into Eastern Orthodoxy, which is popeless. But anyway, I hope that helps. It shows perpetual successors of the papacy in this video, and that the bishop himself cannot elect a pope, only cardinals. So the fact that some Sedevacantists have so-called bishops is irrelevant. Only cardinals are allowed to elect a pope. No exceptions to the rule. Anyway, this is Ibrahim Selassie, the Orthodox Catholic. God bless.